That's one way to make an entrance. That's one way to make an entrance.
One way.
It's like, yeah, we'll be up here in a minute. My bad, y'all. I don't know.
One way.
Yeah, just came in. Just was like black screen. All right, yeah, y'all wait for us to get here.
Right.
Yeah, that was wild. StreamYard was like, y'all ready to go? Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
They was like, yeah, not yet. So now with that, great entrance. We really got to have a hell of a show now. That was quite a way to start. So, Coach, what you got going on? How you feeling?
How you feeling? Ooh, shakalaka.
Oh, I forgot about that.
We got everything. We back. Wednesday coming. We back. We here. We good.
Oh man, yeah, we back. Boom shakalaka. Yeah, here we go. Like bam, abracadabra. Here we go.
Look. Now you
we never disappoint.
Huh?
We never disappoint.
Never disappoint.
Never disappoint. Cow. What's good? What the daycare acting up doing right now?
Was the magic show, bro?
Not the magic show.
Magic show intro. Yeah, look, Auntie.
Here we are. We needed some music. Pew, 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 pew. You know what it is. Coach, what's happening? We got games coming up tonight.
All right, so what we got? This is the Wednesday coming. What we got?
Wednesday cometh. Let's see. So we got UConn St. John's, Colorado, West Virginia, Michigan State, Rutgers. Any of those jumping off the page at you? Purdue, Oregon, Penn State, UCLA.
So here we go. We're this is what I'm going to do for us, right? I mean, UConn. I didn't do any backdrop, so I got UConn on St. John's Strickland. Penn State is 9-8. They're 0-6 in the conference. UCLA 16-0, 5-0 conference. So you got the Merkle Magic versus the Best of Bets. And now for double digit crew that score double digits per game. For Penn State, you got Markle, Elliott, and Murray. That means they score between 10 and 15 points per game. For UCLA, you have uh, Rice and Jacques that are consistently double digits per game for UCLA. That's what they're saying. I'll go back and double check it, but that's what I'm seeing. Um, I believe Northwestern, correct me in the chat, Northwestern and USC is postponed. That's the last time I checked, right? Because they didn't.
Yes, postponed.
Yeah, well, you know why they postponed? Northwestern 7-9 and 0-5 in the league, so in the conference. So
I don't think that's the reason, but okay. You said they ain't want the smoke.
USC, right? They ain't want the court smoke. 16-1 is USC, 6-0. So here you go. For Northwestern, they have a few double-digit crew. They have Daly, Sullivan, Williams, and Walsh. They average double digits per game, which is about between 10 and 15. The double-digit crew per game scorers for USC is Juju and Kiki. Those are your double digit scores per game for USC, and Juju is averaging almost 26 points per game. So that's almost a little bit 4 points shy of last year. She was averaging 30 points a game last year. So it's still
give,
huh?
She can still give you a 30 piece too.
Yeah. I think she has though, right?
If not a couple times, at least one.
Couple times. Now, this sounds like
a Northwestern ducked all the smoke too. USC and UCLA, like they were supposed to play both of them.
Right. They like.
So, do you think it gets made? Do you think they really reschedule, or do you just?
Oh man, when you struggling like that, you use anything because we did the high school people. High school coaches did it for anything. When you on a struggle bus in your season and you find a window of a breather and not to play a team like that, you take it. You legitimize it. Well, with the health and the public health and the CDC and
like you think they forfeit, or do you think they really reschedule?
Well, they're gonna postpone, and then it might not look. It might not be able to if schedules, coordinate.
We already know it's not able to.
Right.
we already know it's not able to. We already know it's not able to.
Right. I mean, we 7-9 on 5. They may not get any more wins after that 7, and they were all non-conference. So they was playing Jesuit college or something. I don't know what. So here's a game that it doesn't pop off. It's not a bottle service type of game. It's not VIP type of game. But here is
so don't be coming here with no bar games, no bar room games. What you got? Who you
Colorado at West Virginia. Listen, Colorado is 12-4, 3-2 in conference. West Virginia is 13-3. Listen, 3-2 in conference. So this is an important conference play between them for just position, seeding.
I'm glad you brought them up. I'm glad you brought them up because West Virginia is one of the teams I wanted to ask you about. Now, tell me that record again. What you say? They are
13-3 overall, and they're 3-2 in their conference as of this week.
Can they do something? Can they really make a push in March? I'm not talking.
So they can off of their defense. My only concern is I don't see consistent offense. I don't see a consistent. I don't see.
You can't do the hey, how you doing, brother? You can't do that.
I had to, man.
Like, hey, how you doing, brother? Like, see you up there, brother. You are hilarious. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So my concerns with them, I believe in the defensive consistency and tenacity. My concern for them is they have West Virginia has. Let's go back here. West Virginia has 3 people. Quinterly, she's great. She's good. Quinterly, Harrison, and I think it's Shaw. They're the 3 that score in double digits. But it's
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, they score in double digits per game consistently. So the thing is, then you're not getting enough production from your other teammates in some games. That's you're at 13-3, 3-2. So for me, I think for them, they're in their own way because of they need more production on the back end of their offense, if that makes sense.
Okay, what did you see in Oklahoma State that had you feeling like, yeah, West Virginia don't have a chance against them?
Well, they have more I call natural shooter offensive. I was aware a little bit of their personnel, so they had what you call when you ever watch a team and the offense just comes more naturally to them. They're not
Mm-hmm.
working hard. Like you think of Ole Miss, you think of a team that has to work hard to score
Yeah,
every
yeah.
position,
They
every
clutch
possession,
always stuck.
every possession, right? So West Virginia, even though you have a great offensive player, they still have to exert a lot of energy sometimes.
Exactly. I agree. Okay. So make the tournament. Don't make the tournament.
I, you know, because of the Big 12, yes, they have an
Okay.
opportunity at large. If they win the games they're supposed to, the lesser teams, like to me, this is a must-win game for Colorado. I mean, for not, excuse me, for West Virginia as far as staying as a first four in, first four out, because we're starting to creep into that talk now. It's January. It's upon
Yeah,
us that.
it's time to start
So,
talking.
so it's a must. So let me roll back my statement. It's a must win for West Virginia to keep them in that first four in, first four out conversation. And Colorado, if Colorado wins, it puts them in the talk of consideration. You know, because they are playing. Colorado is playing well with, their version of a gauntlet of a conference. We'll say the Big 12 version. Of a
Got it. Got
I
it.
don't want to
It's
belittle
just,
it. 'Cause it's your
no,
conference.
but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not
It
the
just
same.
it just means more in the SEC. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
see
yeah.
who. Let me see who's in here. What's going on in here? Let me see. Bree Wayne in the building. FM. What's happening? SMU paid 150 million to join ACC. Did they? Goodness gracious! And post Texas athletic president to go to SMU through Rich. Okay. But what are they gonna do with it though? Merkel and her in and out pregame meal. What? Merkel said she eat.
That's what she In and Out
Are
Burger.
you trolling? What? Northwestern didn't want to smoke. Okay. Emily Jones. Emily, we back. Oh, Gracie. No, what about Gracie? 27 and a half last year, coach. I think that's Juju you talking about. What's up, Juju?
Okay.
Northwestern, like, man, we'll just take the L. Right. No need to expend the energy, legs for games you have a chance to win it. Y'all terrible. Northwestern save your money. God damn. Okay. UCLA, Penn State on Peacock. Okay. Miss D, what's happening? What's happening?
Was Miss
Y'all contribute to the pull up.
D. Hey, you chat.
Hey chat. West Virginia is Ole Miss with one score. Goodness
Right,
gracious.
right, right.
God. Okay, I feel. But that's a description. What's up, Yolanda Hall? I saw Dawn dancing to Mary J and Lil Kim, telling them they don't know about this. Oh
At
yeah.
least she wasn't dancing in the dark, At least she wasn't dancing in the dark.
Blessings to y'all. Keep prospering. Thank you. Thank you to those of y'all on,
See,
on, on the other platforms. I appreciate y'all pulling up. I don't know what's going on with my Instagram. It was showing the live and then it went away. So it's been a weird day.
it
So
had an attitude. It had an attitude today.
yeah,
Instagram had an attitude.
it's all right. I ain't, StreamYard had an attitude. I think it just broke up
Right.
with
Yeah, well,
Instagram in the middle of
it,
this thing. But for those of y'all that
imagine.
are tuned in over there, I appreciate the support. Uh, I'm not gonna restart it though. I'm gonna just let it be how it is.
Right.
Peyton Wesley, you right on time. We just getting started. We just getting into this thing. So
Now, let's go back real quick to the UConn.
yeah.
Is Paige expected to be back for the UConn game?
I thought the page is back today. Somebody correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. I'm thinking
Is
page is back today. Let me know.
it?
No words about UConn St. John's.
Okay. Okay. I thought that was the expectation that should be back, some
Back to
managed
my phone
loading.
and TV. Thank y'all, and watch the ad. We appreciate it. Page is back. So yes, Page is back
Thank
tonight.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Page is back. Appreciate it. Now, here's another game that I'm not saying is going to be exciting, honestly, but Gino said 1 week last week. Okay, I appreciate you, Page. Uh, fam. We're talking about Michigan State is 13-2. Uh, 20 ranked number 22, of course, in the nation, and then Rutgers is 8-9, 0-6. McMillan is playing like she got some resemblance of common sense right now. Some decorum, right? um, and so Michigan State, Ariel Van Sluten and Halleck are the double digit per game scores. And then Rutgers only have Adams and McMillan that score in double digits per game. Um, what I find interesting about this is that on paper, the matchup works in Rutgers' favor, but we don't. It's more so of a defensive stamina. Uh, Teams that are not doing well, what I call is they lack defensive stamina in the second half. You'll see them put together maybe a good first quarter, a good third quarter, and not a whole game. And so the thing is, can Rutgers find some defensive stamina and pull because they have enough talent to get in there and have some success in the win column. I'm
Do
not
they?
saying
Listen, I I know this guy Ghostface Picker, so now I watch these lines. They got Michigan State favored by like 16 and a half.
right. So to me, that could be a trap game depending on what Carquist and McMillan talked about this week. What
Oh,
terms are
Gino refused to do a post today. No one knows what Page is back. He haven't said yet. Okay. Yolanda has a question for you,
yeah.
Coach. I have a
Do I
question for
think
Coach.
letting young ladies play year round is good or bad for their bodies? They're only 12. At 12 years old, you need to do other things, family vacation, other sport, give them time to be kids. The development is there. But if it's something that they desire to do, then let them at it. But if it's something where they're, it's really that is my concern. If it's something that they want to and they're asking to, then I'm not going to deny it. But what you do is when it's something they're asking, and I'm gonna stop right here. You plan the breaks, whether it's family vacations or whatever, because your body does need a recovery time. So if something is all year round and it's hardly any time off, and it takes an impact on their mental because sports is a mental game. If you're not in your mental health, you're not gonna make good decisions, not gonna feel good, and sometimes you're going, at that age, you're gonna act out. You might elbow drop or throat slam somebody because you've been playing too many. Seriously, you need a timeout, from the game.
I think
So
I think that's great answer. The question wasn't to me, but I think on the flip side of that, I'd like to see kids at a younger age play multiple sports so that
right,
their bodies develop as much as it can, So I like to see kids do some soccer, do some softball, do some track, play some hoop, do a variety of different things, and don't just stick with one sport all year round. That's just my 2 cents in it. And I
yeah,
feel
yeah,
like
I agree.
that
And you
works out
need
better. That better works out better for young people, and as they get older, then they can drop off some of those other sports and really then hone in on one skill set that they're trying to build. But
that's right.
um,
And work different muscles, right? That's great. Well,
absolutely, do some
we'll hope
swimming,
that we,
do a lot of stuff.
a lot of we hope that that was insightful for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're Frank Wright. What's happening? But Michigan State Rutgers. Uh, who do you got?
I need Rutgers to shock the world right now. So I'm going to Rutgers in a long shot, but I believe it. I liked what in Miller coming back. I like
So
what I seen.
you telling me put my shekels on Rutgers?
If you
You on hot seat. You on hot seat now, Coach.
Ghost Picker
You on hot seat now.
I'm gonna use Ghost Picker's word. Frisky, risky. That's what you know.
Is it
But
frisky,
I'm
risky?
just
Okay,
going
okay.
with. I'm just pulling for him because I saw I like what I seen when I watched a little bit of the game that McMillan was in.
Okay, okay. You see McMillan with a big game tonight?
I do. It looked like she was hungry, and whatever deliberation or whatever mediation they went through to get to that point for her to come back, or maybe maybe there was something that had come back down to earth, come to basketball meeting where, but I saw a little bit more maturity or effort to being mature. So it might just be so I can, do something and move on to the next best thing in her mind. And that's fine because at least help your program for this season if that's your plans. At least show that you can make a difference in the program if you're her. That's what I'm gonna go back to because that's the cash, that's the check that your mouth been writing. So now you got to back that up in the bank.
So I was just on with Rob the Man Media, and we were talking to Lil Kiyomi. I got two questions for you. Two questions that came up in that conversation. I would love to hear your opinion on. Number one, does she want to be her or does she want to win? What do you see?
Well, I mean,
From
the way that stuff came out, the way the initial post and everything came out, she wanted to be her.
Okay.
So that's what how it spoke to me, just the outside looking in. And you still made it to me. I'm gonna say D, all the above, because you want to be the it factor. Then you want to win as well. You want both, and you can't have both if you know how to do that with the program you have, and you're willing to work with that, and the system is for you. That particular program, the system is running is for you. So I see her as, she has a limit. She has a high sale, potential TV sport. She has potential, but my concern is the mental and emotional, and who's managing her behind the scenes. If she can, and my thing is, I want to see her. I'm cheering for her. I want to see her get over this. This is all it is a hurdle. Move
So
forward.
what's the 33 point? What gets her over that hurdle? Was it 33-point performance enough to get her over that hurdle? Is it something else that you want to see? And you say, okay,
You got to go
that's
win. You got to
behind
go
her.
get a win for your team. You got to go get a dub for your
Okay.
team.
So
As a
here's
team
the next.
effort with you scoring well, you got to go.
I'm
You
glad you
got to
said.
go.
You're doing some great segues into where I'm going right now. Okay, because you said team. So check this out. One of the comments that came up in the chat. I'm not going to get into who said it. I don't necessarily remember. But I think it was Bree Wayne that was talking about her not being able to make the players around her better. Right.
Uh,
Two things. Is it her responsibility to make the players around her better as the point guard? I want to know your opinion about that. And then, does she have players around her that she can make better?
she right now she's like the 5-star with like 3.5-star recruits, and I don't like to put labels on players because players can. I've seen players develop, and in recruiting language, they look like a 2.5, 3, and then the next season they come back like almost a 5 because of their work, not because they were that way. So you can work that way and be effective, especially in college, because college and pros are different, or those are different dynamics, environments. So right now, I'm gonna say they have enough to be competitive and to be in the middle of the pack.
Okay.
And on paper, what you see and how I watched them play, yes, they have enough. I didn't say they were going to go win the Big Ten, but they have enough
No.
to
We just talk about competing right now.
compete.
Nobody
Yeah,
expects them to win. Nobody expects them to win the Big Ten. But you look at her, and she dropped 33 the other night. I think it was 33, 2 assists, something like that. Let me make sure I get it right. 33 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. She shot 50% from the floor, 35% from three. She averages like almost 21 points, 5 rebounds, about 3 assists. It usually shoots about 44 from the floor. So a bucket, but you want this to be a bucket that turns into wins, and
Exactly.
um, and some of that may be that, and I feel like Angel Reese did a great job of making. I'm not gonna necessarily say 3.5 star players, but players that were under her feel like they were on her
Right.
level on her team, right? Talking them up, getting in their face, chest bumping, being like, "I told you, you heard," dude. I seen her do it with HVL, some right. I would love to see more of that out of Kiyomi. Because sometimes you can get somebody to get some confidence going where they playing outside of their mind, right?
Right.
That can help you in. Yeah, yeah. I mean, she's got Destiny Adams there. I think Destiny's also a scorer.
I like Destiny
Um,
Adams' game. I think they just, and I still don't see them. They haven't still got on the same page yet. And see, this is
it was
why
another one. There was another
maturity is
player I like there
important,
too.
so you can connect with your team. So McMillan really hasn't done that yet because of all the other antics early in the season. So if this came out, she was already going through this transition or through this experience. So was she really available to connect and build a relationship with her team early in the season? No, because when the the post came, it's not something that popped out overnight. This was something that was already growing throughout the start of the season. That's how you have to look at it. So when something comes to the heads, they were already going through the changes of maturity and the learning lesson, the life lessons. And then it came to this boiling point for this player, and that's how the player chose to display their emotions, and it was on social media, and the coach had a responsibility. But remember, us seeing it on social media, it was something always going on. So then it came to a point where it brings you to either you have a stage of growth or you have a stage of regression. You go backwards from that. Once you really say, you roll your sleeves up and say, hey, we coming clean with this. Let's stop patty caking with what's going on.
At the college level, um, how important is the senior leadership in the locker room?
Very,
Okay,
very,
and so
very
and
important.
so I was thinking so, and so I'm saying I'm looking at Destiny Adams as the senior guard here, and I'm wondering how do we even get to this place? So was it that I don't know if anybody knows, was she not able to mentor? Did she not take that approach? Does it not seem like that's the way it's set up here? Like at some point, like they let you in, like to me in the Gamecocks, when you come in, there's a hierarchy, and you come in and then they let you know what it means to be a Gamecock from the coach's perspective, from locker room perspective, from just being around the women on the team perspective, right? And I don't know, did I see that going on at Rutgers, but I may be missing it. Let me know.
Well, I mean, in Rutgers' position, they're in a position where they needed immediate production results to fill in that. Who else? So there was Kiyomi, McMiller's skill set need. But here's the thing: a personality and able to handle all the outside stuff, you have no control of that. So in the perfect world, if I'm Destiny, I'm thinking that this person coming in, we're gonna go ahead and compete. They can play. We gonna go ahead and challenge some teams. And so in a perfect world, all you see is this is the person come in and help us compete and lift the level, of the program so we can grow, move forward and leave a legacy of growth. As a senior, but you don't know the baggage that comes with some people, and some baggage is good and some is not so good. So when I say baggage, it's not always healthy. It could be some good tools in that bag, and it could be like, nah, you need to get rid of that, And so
Mm-hmm.
I feel this is just a part of not knowing what you're gonna get in that person. You know what you're gonna get in the skill, if that makes sense, but not knowing what you're gonna get with that bag of tricks. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Silly bag of
absolutely,
tricks for kids.
absolutely.
So,
I could totally respect that. She's the product. She probably does not feel she needs mentorship or to be led by anyone. I get that part, but at the same
everyone does
time,
though.
and I'm singling out Destiny. And if anybody really has watched Rutgers over the season, and I think Destiny just got there last year. I think she came from North Carolina, but
Right, right.
um, I don't know if she's a vocal type of leader, or if she's the type of person who would say, hey, freshie, hey, freshman, come here, let me talk to you. Or, hey, freshman, it's not, hey, I get what it is, what we need from you, but this is how we need you to deliver it. I don't know. If
I'm
Destiny is that type
sure.
of player.
I'm sure everyone tried to talk to McMillan because she's that type of player. Because they wanted her around. They wanted to tell. That's how I'm saying. I'm putting my own outside observation. When you have a player like that, that's special, when you feel it can be special to your program, there's like you give more grace period there because you want to see them turn around. You want them to see the bigger picture. I can't make Kiyomi see the bigger picture, but you're hoping a player like sees the bigger picture. So in my mind, and the storyline could be totally different. I think everyone tried to reach Kiyomi for the better of the team. Who doesn't want to be successful? And then players. And the thing is, when you caught up in all the hype, when you got players believing that you can help us, sometimes people miss the privilege of that. When someone believes in you like that, and you kind of miss that moment. You know what I mean? And then when you got all the other financials, and then you got I say half ignorant adults in your corner, I'm gonna give them some grace because you can grow from that. You know what I mean?
So where do you draw that line? Where is too much grace?
I mean, the coach already drew the line in the actions that were forced that had to be taken because of the thing is it's not because of here's the thing about a suspension and being sat down. It is the consequence of that player's choices and decisions. My daughter
Absolutely.
is 23 years old, and when she lived in my house, how I parented her was consequence because I wanted her to be responsible or understand that it's your. I didn't do anything to you. I had to make a decision based off the choices and
You
decisions
may.
that you made.
Oh yeah, you are the sum of your decisions for sure,
Huh?
right? You're the sum of your decisions. Like you
Yeah.
got to be able to stand on
So
that.
I used to say to my daughter, I said, "Man, I love you so much. This is, and I love you enough to let you live with the consequences of. And guess what? Consequences are not always negative. People just it's
No,
just there's some positive consequences.
there's definitely a negative connotation put on the word, but
Yeah.
consequences aren't. There are things there. This is a consequence of, and sometimes usually the more positive stuff instead of saying the consequence, they say it's a result, but same
Right.
thing, right?
Right.
Um, as we look at, let me see some of these other. We got a couple other freshmen playing tonight, and I want to know if you think that if they can get back into the well, one I want to know if you think they can get back into the top 25, and then one I want to know how you see them being able to lead. And since we don't know if Paige is back, Sarah Strong. Let's talk Sarah Strong. UConn. I think who are they playing? Did you say St. John's or somebody?
St. John's.
Um,
I mean,
is,
St.
is it
John's is that hood school, Queensbrook, you know what I mean? it's LaQuisha. I mean, we gonna be real. I mean, you watch them and
okay?
this
Okay, so then how does UConn? Let's talk about that then. Let's talk about that. So they
yeah,
may be
I'm from
going
New
in to
Jersey,
face
New
the
York.
hood.
I've been there, I've seen it. And one, it's a
Okay.
challenge to bring talent there just because location and facility. You're
Hmm.
landlocked when you're in the city, you only can build up, not out. And so
Absolutely.
sometimes some of your challenges of recruiting certain levels of players is just because it's not attractive due to location.
Okay. Yeah. So we got Lachey Dwyer leading in points with 14.7.
Yeah.
Phoenix
I mean, they have some
with three
hoopers. It's just
rebounds.
that
Bernaya with three. I'm just saying who you said was there. Now I'm going down the line here, and it is how you say it: Ariel and them, and Jade and Julie and
I
Nevaeh
told you.
and Janaea and Ariana and Kylie and Sky and Bernaya and Lachey. Yeah, I see where we at. I see where we at. But to me, these are these
Yeah,
are these are the,
I
these
wasn't
are the
giving them a
players that can.
jacket. I knew
No,
what it was with that
but these
program.
are players that can play you tough. These are players that just got some grit to them. These are players who you counted them out anyway, right? So how do you see them
Right.
showing against UConn? No page buckets. You giving them a
So
chance?
they play defense with their elbows and their hands. Okay.
So what is their record? Hold on.
Huh?
So they're 11-5, eighth in the Big East.
That's not bad. for their
but 1-4
situation.
in the conference.
1-4, that's not bad for them. That
Man.
was worth. I think they was struggled more than that last season.
So is this a game that you think Sarah Strong dominates? How do you see her? How you see her attack?
Well, she should. It should be a measuring stick to see where she's at and how her progress is coming along. It's no pressure, because she's played well and consistent, and so I like her growth. And even if Paige is not back, I think her contribution will be enough to, it's all about, the thing is what I like out of Sarah Strong, and maybe just be the product of coming from parents that provided you with professional sports exposure is the poise. You cannot teach that. You
Okay.
can talk about it, you can encourage it, but poise, composure and poise on the court, that is something that is a self-determined decision, and you work on it, and it kind of comes to you as you get more comfortable and confident in who you are and what you do on the court.
Okay. Okay. Got
So
another.
I think Sarah Strong is fine. It may just be a little bit of the old the old style that holds it back a little bit. It doesn't get that shine, it doesn't give them the individuality that you mentioned about, and that has nothing to, and to me, with this generation, it may affect them a little bit how they play. We're not going to say any totality, but it may have a little bit of impact on that with this generation, and I say this generation respectfully, you know.
Right. Another freshman I want to ask you about. Also playing tonight. Let me see. Um, I agree. She doesn't let anybody speed her up, and she uses her body so well. What's up, What's up, Cold World JD? You talking
So
about Sarah Strong there? Harold Williams in the building. What's up, Junkenstein? So another freshman playing tonight. Michigan. Michigan is playing tonight, I believe, right? Michigan
yeah, they're playing Washington, and that's a
playing
really
Washington.
important game. That's an important
Silas
game for both.
Sword. This is a really important game. They got Michigan favored. Um, um, do you think can Michigan get themselves back in the top 25? And does it start with a win? Does it start? Can they win tonight? And how does Silas Sword show up?
I,
This
I
is
mean, I
because
think
I think she has to lead.
it's going to be a battle to win tonight because both teams know what's on the line. Okay, because Washington is at 3-2 in the conference,
Yeah,
12-5.
there's no like, and I'm surprised. Like Michigan is showing its favor. Washington is 3-2 in the conference, and I don't know if it's just because of who Washington has played in the conference so far. But Washington also won. It looks like one more game than Michigan too, outside the conference. So like they're 12-5. Michigan's 11-5. 3-2 in the conference versus 2-3. This should be a really, really, really good matchup. I'm thinking it's Big Ten basketball, y'all, and I understand that it's so hard to watch. It's so hard to watch. But it's an important game. What do you see Silas Suarez doing?
Oh, my thing is what percentage is she as far as going? Is she 100% coming back? Was it the ankle?
Yeah, that's right. And I hope she's back. Right, she's playing tonight. I hope so. I think they
Yeah,
need her.
so when you come back from something like that, it takes you several games to get into that rhythm and that groove again. And so we'll see how she responds to that. I'm sure she's been putting up shots before she came back into the rotation. Um, my thing is that they just need to continue to. My thing is rather see Sword score off ball because she's a two guard. If they had some sets where they bring her off screens and backdoor cuts and just kind of similar how they do Page calls them backdoor cuts, come off a screen, double stagger, all that X's and O's stuff. Because that and when you mix those sets up, then that allows your offensive player to work smarter, not harder. Everything doesn't have to be 1v1. Um, but Swords, she's a pierce shooter. But her shooting success is based on the rhythm. If her team is in a rhythm, that's what I've noticed. If her team could get into a consistent rhythm, there. Washington, from what I watched so far, they're good at disrupting other teams' rhythms. Chopper style, make it, people use different words. You got to make the game ugly. You got to bring the game down to your level. However you want to put it, they do that. They do that. However you want to phrase it, that's what Washington, um, that's what they do, and they understand that's what they need to do. So when a team understands that, guess what they do? They embrace that persona for the season because that's they know this is what we have to do to be successful or to be in striking distance uh, of victory of success. So
if they don't make it back into the top 25, do you still have them getting a bid to the dance?
I do because you're gonna have more. What's gonna happen is you're gonna have more because your conglomerates, your merger of so it has enhanced the quality of that conference.
Yeah.
And so what's going to happen if a mid-major team didn't get an automatic bid out of their conference, it's going to put now the baskenomics from the committee nomics, from the netonomics, it's going to allow them to to legitimately put another team that's going to draw a better crowd than have to pull from a mid-major that had a great record. But now you say, hey, I have a Division One team in the Power Four had a great. They finished here, and they had to play against 4 or 5 ranked teams in their own conference. They're the better team because of the strength of their schedule. So now it works out in your baskenomics of things, putting teams, because at the end of the day, one part of the people getting to the team is still the economics of who brings the most, who brings a good following to the game.
I agree. I agree. All right. Did you have some? Did you have something else, Coach? Did you have something else? I know you.
Last thing, yeah. Well, looked at, we have Oregon is 12-5, 3-3 in the conference. Believe it or not, and Purdue is 7-9 and 0-5 in the conference. So I don't know if they're going to get a win. I don't. I really don't.
At all in the conference, or
Maybe
just
two
tonight?
or three. You say four max?
Four max. Wow.
I
Okay.
mean, because Purdue's got to play who? They got to play
I mean,
Michigan.
we played Purdue. We played them. So we seen them up close.
Right. So the funny thing is, Oregon, that Kelly and Scott average double digits, but they're only barely. It's between 10 and 12. Is more consistently 10. So that's not screaming volumes, anything. And then Lombard, and Bass are the double-digit scorers per game for Purdue. After that, you got to. I mean, I don't like to use this word, but it is a crapshoot. Like,
And
look. I need 7, 7, 7. Oh,
oh man, 6 and 8 running mates. You know what I mean? Oh
right,
man.
right.
Yeah, never mind. I don't know.
So I'm
Let's
gonna go
talk. I
back to
got a
this.
question about Deja Kelly real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go back to this before we jump into get. I think it's gonna be very tough. That 23 to 25 spot, you're gonna see a lot of people popping in and out. That's all I'm gonna say. In and out, drifter. I call it drifter positions between 22 and 25. They'll be in there. They'll fall out. They come back. At the end of the day, if you can be between 22 and 25, even though what I'm saying, it's the frequent flyers.
Okay. Okay.
I usually, it seems to me that 1 through 15 is usually safe. And when you get past 15 in the poll, it's like, they dropping it, they visiting, and then they leaving, they coming back, so. But that's just my philosophy. All right, so Deja Kelly.
Is she doing enough to get her stock up? So you mentioned she's at like 11 points a game. Lay is averaging about 11 points a game in about 18 minutes. She's averaging about 11 points a game in 30.4 minutes a game.
That's why I said so. So it's not helping and it's not hurting. I think the end of the day, you and I know she's guaranteed to get picked.
Mm-hmm.
It's just whether you can stick. Pause. Get picked, and then you got to work to stick. Pause.
I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. Like, so here's the thing: I don't expect
Look,
Oregon to
it
go
don't mean a
anywhere.
thing if you ain't got the game.
Exactly, and I don't expect I don't expect Oregon to go anywhere in the Big Ten. So you left USC, who is ranked and looking better, look like they play better without you. And I don't want to say just better without you. And it could be that they got some players in from the portal. I haven't really done an analysis,
I
but
get to
they look like a better
better.
team
That's what
now,
they
right?
said.
So it's like, uh,
uh,
hey Deja, was that the best move for you? Like you said, you get picked, but you don't stick. And then have you developed enough to be able to? And then maybe it doesn't matter. But I just, as I'm looking at her, it's just like, wow. Because on the flip side of that, the two that we were watching was Deja and HVL, and I think HVL has done enough to raise her stock so far. I definitely think
I mean, well,
to,
she's
to raise
already
her
etched
stock.
in stone, right? HBO.
Yeah, for sure she's etched in stone, but it's another thing to be etched in stone and then to go back to kind of still like prove your grit, right? Like what she's been able to do at TCU after what she went through at LSU, to me is like, if nothing else, kid, you're a survivor and a fighter.
Right, right.
Like shit, I'll take a chance on that itself, by itself, just with the skill set that you have. Like it ain't no give up in you. I mean, you wanted to give up on the defense when you was out there getting cooked, but you kept showing up. Like you keep seeing somebody getting up off the ground and somebody just keep knocking them down. Like, man, you just going, I don't even want to fight
Yeah,
you no more,
you
man.
get up
Just
with your eye bleeding like that. You
yeah,
getting back
you
up.
just you see him in the movies all the time. Like you, this just the toughest scene. You got to keep knocking me down. So, um, I feel like, and I'm not a fan. Yeah, Juju, I'm not a fan, but I gotta respect that the kid went and did what I said. Can you go do it? And she
Right.
went
Yeah.
to another place and has them and is
Look,
working out with that big down there that got dunked on. So, but I haven't seen Deja be able to do that at Oregon, and I don't know if there's just not a big that got dunked on in Oregon for her to be able to show that type of growth and development with. But for who she was supposed to be, like she's one of those players too that I feel like you're supposed to be able to make the people around you better. Like that's an expectation of what your brand is. So show me something, Bama.
I mean, Deja Kelly, she has a skill set. She has skill, but when you sit back and someone shows you who they are, believe me, I don't
Mm-hmm.
have anything negative to say about that young lady. She's working her brand, she's
Mm-hmm.
working her business, and she's just in a space where she's going to do what's best for her future and her career. So that's what she's doing. You'll see where it takes her. I don't know. It's you got to. I just accept people where that's where she's at. That's where Deja's at, and that's what she's doing. And that's how she's doing it. And, hope the best for her. So I don't. It's you talking about two different willpowers, two different people. Definitely. I agree with you. If I'm outside, I gotta go back to back, or something happened, and I gotta put my back up back to back in the fight. HVL shows that fight more than Deja, but and Deja's fight looks different. What Deja's fighting for is different than what HVL is fighting for. So I'm not
Oh
trying to
no,
put
they
no.
both fight. No, they both fighting to get their stock up. They
Mhm.
both left where they was at to get their stock up. Now, Deja has some some other assets that she can use, like for marketing. She's doing her sideline reporting. Like she's giving herself some other options in case this basketball thing doesn't work out. HVL is like, it's got to work or it's got to work.
It's what she wants it.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's what she
Wait.
desires, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and Yolanda is talking. Yolanda is down here talking about 6'3" twin girls that's 12 years old. Well,
Oh
why we ain't
dang.
talking about them, Yolanda? What the hell you was holding back for? You got 6'3" twins playing basketball and volleyball. Why ain't
Well, that's
why
why they
we ain't
got to
did no
play all
why we
year
ain't did
round.
no interview? Yolanda,
Look,
why you acting all brand new?
that's
I
why
want
they
to get
got
to
to
the bottom
play
of that
year
part.
round. They trying to develop that. Okay. That
Six
that
three,
to change the
six
whole.
three twin girls playing hoop and volleyball. Why we ain't did an interview yet? Why we ain't talked to them? We need to be getting their name out there. 6'3" twins. You know,
And they
man.
could play both in college. You could play volleyball and basketball. So
You know what I'm saying? Are you in South Carolina? What is going on? Wait a minute. Let's have a family meeting. It's just us here. Now, Yolanda, don't stop typing now. We talking to you now. It's about you.
Wait a minuet.
Yeah, come on, Yolanda. We need to know about 6'3" twins. That's 12.
As Auntie is going through that, I'm gonna pause for station thirstification. Buy Auntie a Coca-Cola today because she just been in shock value, so she need to chase that down with a Coca-Cola. We just pause for
what?
station thirstification by Auntie a Coca-Cola.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your service.
I'm stunned. Yolanda told us a whole lot of stuff in the chat. I ain't told us nothing about these 6'3" twins. Long as we've been here, being family, I don't understand.
You look a little puzzled, my friend.
Yeah, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss right now.
I've been looking around.
So 6'3" at 12 years old is money line. 6'3" at 12 years old is write your own ticket. Write your own ticket. Control your brand. Control your narrative.
That's
get that talent advertised. You know what I'm saying? What? Yeah, we gotta get this done, Yolanda. Don't get quiet now.
They might be in the high school NIL situation.
You know what I'm saying? This is must see TV.
Yeah,
So
you can be 6'3" and like to play in the band. So I don't know. Yeah.
You sure could, and you can get it. You can go to school for that too.
Right.
You sure can. But 6'3" twins is a brand.
Right.
6'3" twins is a brand. No matter what they doing. No matter what they doing.
I went to school with Plainfield High School, New Jersey, with two twins. They were tall, that height, and everything was track.
Okay.
Everything was track. So, and they were funny because they fed off each other. They played off each other. So they was just hilarious in school. I had a good time just watching it.
Oh man, and especially if they fun twins to play jokes on the teachers and stuff like that. You thought I was so and so. Ha ha! I'm not that twin. We going to each other math class, in science class. I don't really do the English good. You do English, I do math. You know, and you in the class. Right. You know, like you steady calling him Junior, and that's Jason. But it's okay. You can't tell, but we know. You know that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is fun. In a little youth group I volunteer with, we got two twins. Like, we make sure they wear two different types of shirts, so we know. That's how we tell them apart. Who? Like, yeah, y'all not doing. We said y'all not doing that in here.
Frank Wright, I'm trying to listen. Right, Frank Wright. He got an SC. He got an AAU team for Asia Wilson. Elite 4 medal 76ers. We looking for players right now.
Yeah, so
we need them 6'3" twins playing with Tiana right now.
Exactly.
We need this going on.
Exactly. That I mean, it's not any stunners tonight, but it's some things on the line for some program or some measuring. It's good. It's a good measuring tool for some teams.
Mm-hmm.
See where they're at. These are games what you call your measuring stick to see where these teams are at. They can kind of get a temperature of where they at. Are you trending up or are you trending down? You know, which way you trending? That's the kind of game I see it being played tonight. Okay. Some of them, they don't look attractive, but there's right now you get to every game is something on the line as far as pole position, positioning in your conference.
I can't with you yet. Pause. Have you been keeping up with anything that's going on in the WNBA right now? Free agency starting to kick off.
Well, we talked about free agency, right? Last week.
Chicago Sky, the offers they made, still no Kennedy. Dana.
Well, I'm not even getting my blood like that. I'm not even getting my emotions invested in that because you got to know your clientele, who you dealing with. You know, I went through that last season. We not even don't take me there. You know, don't take me there because that.
Okay, I won't take you there. I won't take you there.
And that have you out in the street.
Don't
Talking about
go.
Kennedy Carter's skills matter. You know, I'm out here like.
Brother, you getting shirts put up? You getting shirts made with
Yeah,
Kennedy face on there? Skills matter.
yeah.
Skills
Her
matter.
skills matter, man.
It's a movement. Her
Skills
skills
matter.
matter.
Skills matter.
Her skills matter. Uh, we got. I'm so excited. I'm excited about Unrivaled too. Um,
Me, I
y'all
am.
be on the
I'm
lookout.
gonna
Y'all
say,
be
I'm
on
gonna
the
stick with
lookout.
my first pick. I'm gonna stick with the Owls. I'm not gonna back out.
Me and Political Lil will be live tomorrow with a discussion on Renee Montgomery and Candace Parker. So be on the lookout for that. For
Okay.
those shows dropping to kick off the Unrivaled season this week. Just talking about how
Commentator
women are
bodies.
just how you talking about Angel Reese and how women are just shaking up the game. How they shaking up the game. Um,
Always, always. What the guys doing? You gonna eat that
no,
sandwich?
it's been crickets. I don't know. Do you think this could motivate the guys to do something
I
different
hope
to kind
so.
of?
I'm not happy with. It's too complacent over there. It's too status quo. I don't know what's going on. That's why maybe
Do
it's
you think
boring.
Do you think the NBA would let its players go play in the Big Three as well? Because like they were in a battle kind of with Cube a little bit, just about they retired players being over there. Like I don't know. Like I love the opportunity that Unrivaled gives to the women. Could you see it having an effect on men's basketball at all on making the Big
Oh
Three
yeah,
more relevant?
Big Three was former NBA player. The problem they have is that black man doing it.
Oh, you talking about Q? And
Yeah,
then it's him. It's him. It's I
yeah.
mean like out of all of the ones, the guy that had America's Most Wanted as an album, like, are you like the death
So
certificate guy is running the league? Like, bro, like, yeah, him. Um,
after police, you know.
oh man, and I said it with authority. You know what I mean? Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
so I think people. But the thing is, regardless of what a person in the past, look at what they're doing now. It's a good product. It's a great business idea. So, but sometimes people find a reason to sabotage or not, so it doesn't grow, but so much. I mean, that's the reality. That's the reality of business. And then someone comes, swoops in, and takes that concept to a level. But they didn't do the heavy lifting. They just did the heavy stealing.
Mm.
Stole
You see
everything.
that? You see that time and time again. You see that
Yeah.
time and time again.
And
Um,
so
you in
Yolanda Hall,
Georgia, but going back to Alaska. Okay, wait, you taking the twins back to Alaska?
like say like this month, this year, let us know. I'm confused. I'm like, say Travis, like you leaving
And
this week?
is that permanent? Are they gonna play basketball and volleyball from Alaska? Are you? Oh, Yolanda. Yeah, I'm really intrigued. I want to know.
Yeah,
6'3",
we
12.
are for sure.
I'm trying. Y'all don't know. In my head right now, I'm thinking about all the stuff that I would have did if I was 6'3" when I was 12. If I was 6'3" when I was 22.
If I was
If
six
I was
three,
6'3" ever.
if I was 6'3", you and I wouldn't be sitting down doing the CC show.
You know what I mean? Woo.
As much
If
as
I
I
was
love
6'3".
doing this, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe we would have been doing the CC show, but we would have been doing it from a different perspective for sure.
Oh yeah, that part. I like that. I like that take. That's a hot
Yeah,
take.
from
Yep.
from from, from a totally different perspective. Um, yeah, if there's any way that I can facilitate helping y'all connect, let me know. Um, so give me let's get the picks in for the night before we get ready to let you out of here.
All right. We pick them. And also in the chat, man, if you hear these games out and you got the quick draw McGraw fingers, go ahead and put your pick in the chat. We pick
Yeah,
them.
let us know. Let
You
us
got
know who
30
y'all got
seconds.
too.
You got 30 seconds once you hear the matchup. Put your pick in the chat.
Oh, okay. Your son. Oh, he's in the military in Alaska. Okay, got you.
Okay.
Okay, okay, got you. Okay. Uh, you know, uh, The first one that really jumps off the page for me is UConn St. John's. UConn St. John's. I got UConn in that game.
I'm gonna go UConn. UConn. I don't think the Boquishas and LaQuishas got enough offense.
If
And
they
they're
shit
not.
now, if they shock on UConn over there in Queens, New York, man,
I'm gonna have to apologize. Put me on the spotlight, and I'm gonna apologize.
me too. You were 6'3" until after your senior year in high school. MJ, you don't have to brag, bro. You don't have to brag. Then you went to what 6'5", 6'6"? How tall are you? Don't do that. Colorado at West Virginia. At West Virginia.
I'm gonna go West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia. I like O'Quinterly now. They took an L. They need to try to stay in this top 25. So I'm gonna see what they gonna
So
do.
you
Okay,
pull
yeah,
it
you
from.
6'5". Yeah, I'm gonna see Michigan State at Rutgers.
I'm going with the long don't no pause. Rutgers.
Rutgers.
I'm going with the long shot. Pause.
I would love to see this the long shot get it. Kiyomi, if she can make it a special night, she can definitely change the narrative really quickly. On what we've been talking about Kiyomi, in the news if she comes and shocks Michigan State tonight, on the Big Ten Plus network. So, um, and I would like to see the program get a win. I would like to see the
Yeah.
program get a win. Um,
Coquise needed. Team needed. All the young ladies
it's
needed.
something that I'm wrestling with. Something that I'm wrestling with about Kiyomi and Kokis and LSU. And I know we get ready to get out of here. And this was on the last show. I was thinking about it since I got off with Rob, and he was saying that Kiyomi could go to LSU and play, and you wouldn't have the same outbursts and things, right? But not outbursts. You wouldn't have the Instagram post, that kind of stuff going on, right? In a way, it's like, well, damn, why you won't do that? Why can't you do that for Kokis, right? On one hand, but on the other hand, it's like, damn, Kokis, why you not demanding that, right? And so I'm trying to, I'm trying to not
Try.
have it in my mind like where you wouldn't do it for this black coach that you was playing for, but you would go down here and do it at LSU for the money and this lady. And I don't want to look at it like that, but part of me is like, damn,
That's
for
what it
real.
sounded. Rob Bourne or something. It's truth.
But
It's
at this,
truth in that.
but at the same time, it's like, damn, Kokis, are you not demanding that, right? And so I'm trying to figure that part out.
That's a
You
good.
say Moki just got away. Okay, maybe.
All right.
You know how people be like, you wouldn't do that if your mama was here. Like you supposed to be on your best behavior anyway. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Exactly. Exactly. That part. That part,
I
Auntie.
think part of me wants her to want to play harder for Coquise, and maybe that just might be just me. My own bias or whatever. I understand Moki's not going for that, but it shouldn't take somebody not going for that for you not to act like that. Like you
Yeah.
don't have to do
Exactly.
that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's that. Um,
That's that reverse plantation mentality.
but
I'm not. Huh?
at some point it's like, dang, Coquise, I guess you should be demanding it, but at the same time, if you ain't got to act like that.
You a young adult. You signed the dotted line. You know what's at stake. You know what's on
What
the line.
happens when Moki benches her for not playing defense? Will Moki bench her for not playing defense?
No.
If I only want you here for the bucket, would they try to find a way to cover her
Right.
not playing defense?
And so that's the point. So that's the difference between those two coaches. That may be
What?
the difference. Like, because if you watch it, she's not going. I'm gonna get the best out of her for what she's good for, but then you have a coach that's trying to address the whole person and accountability. It's and remember I say coaches don't have to. Here's the thing: coaches, all they got to do is coach you and go home. Anything how their style of coaching is their choice. How they choose
Mm-hmm.
to invest in you. There's nothing, no obligation why I have to want to develop you as a person. And so if you just observe and look how programs are ran, you can see who is person centered and who is basketball centered.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you look in your all different conferences or the favorite conference that you watch, you can see it's obvious. You can see what coaches are student or player focused, person centered on the person, the people that they're becoming versus just get to win basketball center, just what we doing this season. So, and it's the tough balance because the coach has to win to what for their livelihood. So it's tough.
Oh yeah, those ladies are an extension of the coach. Okay, okay, I get that part, but I mean, some stuff is just who you are as a person. Like you don't have to be disruptive. You don't have to, you can be responsible and accountable and all of that stuff. But some people need guidance and some people need structure, and it hits
Right,
different. But
right.
yeah, I'm like, what the hell? What makes, what's the difference? But I get it. So let me see. Moving on. Purdue at Oregon.
She got to get rid of some of that ninja-ness, man. She got to detox too. You, you got to McMillan. She do, man. It's like you got to soul search, man. You got to get rid of that ninja-ness.
Ninjaness. You are hilarious. Purdue at Oregon. Who you got?
I got Oregon.
um, really? Okay. Yeah, I guess so. And it's in Oregon. Penn State at UCLA.
I got UCLA.
I got to go with my girl Gracie. Now UCLA should be able to take
Go
care
with
of
the
business
Merkle magic.
against.
Oh, the Merkle
Uh,
magic.
so UCLA should really take care of Penn State with no problem. But what I really hope for Gracie is that she plays well against Betts because I want to see somebody be able to get her out of there. Uh,
Oh,
what you got so we can get out of here? Close us
was
out.
that last one?
I was just saying I hope that Gracie has a good performance against Betts so that she has that tape out on her.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, she has the skill set to compete with her, but I don't know. I'm gonna go back to my word of the day: uh, stamina
Mm-hmm.
or endurance. I don't know if she has endurance to keep up with that game, but she definitely has the footwork and she has the skill set to compete effectively with it. And hopefully, and let's see how the coach for Penn State, and it's also going to be based upon the coach for Penn State can manage the game well for the
Mm-hmm.
team for Merkel. So that's what you need to look at.
Oh yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. Like I said, I just want somebody to be able to see this 6'6" sophomore and say, "Hey, I can do something with her and go get her out of Penn State." Coach, close us out.
Man, everyone, Wednesday has cometh and Wednesday is here. If you got any in your teams playing this evening, please enjoy it. We hope that you have a positive and productive rest of your Wednesday. Hey, let's change this world one random act of kindness at a time. Be great in your preparation, become excellent in your performance. Get in your bag and expand your bag because you are the best.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the games, y'all. I don't know that I'm gonna go live for any game, but I think I'm gonna do a therapy. I think I'm gonna do a therapy later on tonight. We had the
I
games
heard it
on
in your
in
tone, like,
Discord. I'm looking. I'm trying to find one that we should go live for. If y'all see
yeah,
one that we should go
no.
live for,
Nah, you know what it sounds
drop
like
it
when
in
you
the
trying to roll
chat.
them coins to get a soda. You trying to get the change.
Yeah, like, think y'all got it.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Washington, Michigan. I don't know. Good games, but I'll be watching those in the Discord. I think I'm gonna do a therapy later on tonight so we can talk about what happened today and get ready for what we got taking place tomorrow. I don't know if we got a bet show coming or not. MJ, let me know. Uh, I know we got picks in the Discord though. And I think it's day four of the ladder challenge. Day 4 of the ladder challenge. So y'all get ready for that. Like I said, we got content. We got Sets Talk Sports, B Wise Polycast, Poly Sports podcast content dropping with a live tomorrow. And we also got Unrivaled coverage starting tomorrow. We're on the court with Jay and Sess. So be on the lookout for that. Possibly some picks coming up day 4.
Hey,
we appreciate y'all pulling up. Y'all run them likes up for us on both platforms. If it's your first time here, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, stay in this conversation. So who buying me a Coke today? Contribute to the pull up. Y'all know what it is. Until next time, y'all stay tuned. Talk soon.